Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm really excited you're here. If you're new, welcome, and if you're coming back, I love you guys so much. And we're gonna get right into today's DIYs. I am so excited because I am going to mash up Dollar Tree rub-on transfers and Goodwill thrifted finds and see what we come up with. Today's video is part of a collaboration, which I will tell you about a little later in the video. Let's go. For this Dollar Tree hack, I've got this frame from the thrift store, and I've got these little canvases from Dollar Tree, the hard ones, and these rub-on transfers. I love those. And then the one also with all the words, I've used some of it. That little canvas fit perfectly in there. I don't know how that happened. I'm going to use my Moss chalk paint by Waverly. I'm going to paint the entire frame, front, sides, back, everything. I just think it's such a beautiful color, especially this time of year. I just love it. Plus, it matches with those little transfers really well. So pretty. Then I'm going to take some Mod Podge and I'm going to cover the front of my little canvas because it's very textured and I'm worried about getting the transfers to rub on. So I want to put that layer on there first and that'll help smooth it out a bit. So just a little hack there. If you do that, that will really help make your transfer apply. I'm going to use my heat tool from Amazon and dry it off so that I don't pull any of it up when I try to rub on the transfer. Very important. You know, whether you're painting or Mod Podging, make sure it's very dry. Have you guys checked out my Amazon store? I've got the link down in the description box. Any of the tools that you see me using, or if I mention I got something at Amazon, I try to get it in the store. But this is just there because I know a lot of people want to know where I got something, and this way you can find it. So check it out. Now I'm going to take my transfers. I've got just that little wreath that was in the middle, and then the word family and forever that I cut out from the other set. I'm positioning them to see where I want them to go. And now I always cut a little edge bigger, another hack, around the edges so that I can touch it. If you touch where the design is, it'll come off on your fingers every time. So now I've just got a little scraper tool and I am just going to rub and rub and rub. You can kind of see that it gets like lighter on the surface of the plastic when the transfer actually happens. And then once you get that on there, I lift up the edge very carefully and I start removing it. And if I see any spots that didn't make it, I immediately lay it back down and rub over them. This one happened to work very well. And then I'm going to use my fingers to kind of burnish it over the top, make sure there are no edges sticking up at all. Next, I'm going to do the same thing with my word family. And like I said, try to have a little edge where you can put your fingers, because I have messed so many of these up in the past by touching them. Always cut a little edge that's bigger. You'd be surprised how much that will help. So now I'm just going to go over the actual letters, and that really makes this go faster when you do that. I'm just going to take the pointy end and literally kind of draw over the letters, and then when I go to lift it up, they will all be there. But I go slowly just in case a little piece didn't make it, and I can set it right back down. And now I'm going to do the word forever. Same exact process, but again, being super careful. You see how I'm holding it so I don't touch the back of those letters. I cannot stress that enough because I have messed up so many, you guys. I don't want you to do that. I think this is so pretty. It's so simple, and yet it's just a timeless piece because family is forever and it will always be forever. So this is just something that will never go out of style. So I'm burnishing it again, and then I'm going to take my polyacrylic top coat and I'm just going to put it all over the frame, front and back. I like to seal in my paint, especially if it's something that might get moved around. It'd be very easy to like chip an edge of paint or something. So next thing I put a hanger on the back. I didn't bore you with showing you. It was just the kind that a little sawtooth hanger. I just put 2 screws and screwed them in. I'm going to put that polyacrylic finish over the family forever to seal in my little transfers, and that just really gives it a nice finished look. Now I'm going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to go around all the inside edges of the frame from the back, and then I will set my little picture right in there and press it down to make sure that the glue dries. And you guys, that was it. It was so easy. I love this one. I love that color. I hope you really like it too. Oh, and I'm going to reinforce some glue in the back just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Super easy. I love these Dollar Tree hacks. As I mentioned earlier, today's video is part of a friend collab, and we're all doing thrift flips. I'm doing mine as a mashup. The ladies in this collab are so talented, and it is hosted by Liana DIY. She makes beautiful things and has such a lovely, relaxing voice to listen to. Our special guest this month is Donna from Creative by Nature DIYs and Decor. You will love her design. She always brings nature into everything, and she is a sweetheart. Don't forget to go down to the playlist in the description box. It'll also be pinned in my first comment, and check out the other videos. You won't want to miss it. And if you're visiting for the first time and you've come over from one of the other channels, welcome, and I'm so happy to meet you. I hope you'll stick around and join my YouTube family by subscribing. And let's get right back to the video. For this Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to take this little, tin piece that I got for $3 at a thrift store. I've got these rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree, and this was left over from a sale item from Hobby Lobby. Got my Rust-Oleum chalked white linen paint and my Lagoon Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to remove the hanger that came with it. I'm going to use my crud cutter and clean it off because, thrift store. I'm going to use the Lagoon paint. I'm going to paint the entire thing front and back. It doesn't have to be a super solid coat because we're going to do a little distressing. I'm going to take this makeup brush, and they're really good for this, for kind of like a dry brush. Just put a little on your brush, wipe most of it off, and drag it across. And there you go. I've done that just to the front. And now I'm just going to see how I might position this little orange. And I take my little snips and cut out those two pieces of wire that were sticking out. Those were attached to the original piece. Now I'm going to cut around the part that says Hello Summer with the two flowers and see what the whole thing will look like before I get started. Now these gold foil rub-on transfers take forever and they're not easy, so take your time, make sure you keep checking it, and it won't come out perfect no matter what you do. So you have to be ready for touch-ups, which I will do in just a minute. But I had rubbed for quite a long time. I decided not to show you the whole thing. And so there it is, and I've got a couple spots. I'm going to use my folk art metallic paint and just kind of touch them up. And then I'm going to take a combination of E6000 and hot glue to attach the little orange. And I'm just kind of checking where it's going to touch exactly. There's no point in getting lots and lots of glue for no reason. And I'm just going to press that on, let the hot glue dry. And then I think I need to add a new hanger. So I've got this cute gold and white baker's twine from Target. Just going to feed it through those little tin hanger things, tie a knot, and I'm just going to tack it down with some hot glue, and then on the back put a little piece of masking tape over it just to really make sure that it is not going anywhere. It's not heavy, but if I decide to put anything else on it, it will definitely be able to handle it. And that's it. It's so cute, so easy, so fast, and I hope you like it. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It really helps YouTube show my video to others, and I appreciate it so much. For this Dollar Tree hack, I'm going to take this tin planter that I got at the Goodwill for $3. You find these every time you go. I'm going to use my crud cutter and clean it up real good, and then my heat tool to get off the price tag, and then also I need to use some rubbing alcohol to get off the other price. I'm going to use some painter's tape and diagonally tape from one corner to the other, and I'm going to do 2 coats of my white Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. I always say that wrong. Anyway, and then when I'm near the tape, I'm going to paint away from it, so not towards it, but from the tape across. That way I won't have any bleeding. And then I'm going to dry each section off after each coat, and then I'm going to do it to the next corner. And this one, they'll be like touching, the two sides will be touching, and then when I do the other two sides, they will be touching, so it'll be kind of like, kind of opposing corners, if you will. See, there you go. Now the most satisfying part of all, we are going to pull the tape off. And I was very happy with my lines. I feel like they came out really, really good. So that worked out great. I really didn't end up doing any touch-up. I mean, there's a little drop there, but I ended up not even bothering with it because it wasn't noticeable. So now that I have these nice crisp lines and my planter is painted just the way I want, I'm going to take my Dollar Tree rub-on transfers, these gorgeous little green ones with the leaves, and I had 2 of each kind that were big like that, so I just cut them up, and I'm just going to position them. I'm going to rub them on and check, and then carefully pull them off. I did speed this up a little so you don't have to watch me scrape every single one, but I want you to see how the process goes. So here's the next side, and I kind of alternate between the two kind of leaves that I cut out. And look at that, it's so pretty, so simple. I didn't need to overdo it. And there's my other two corners that are right next to each other, and I'm going to go ahead and do the two different pieces again. And I'm just using a little wooden stick this time. It had a better point on it, so I thought it was going to maybe go a little bit faster, and it did.
I was so inspired by my friend Leonette. She has a channel called DIY Beauty on Purpose, and let me tell you, she knows how to do things that are so beautiful and simple, and she knows when to stop, and she's helped me so much. So thanks, Leonette. I'll put her link in my description box. You really should check her out.
And then I'm going to put some styrofoam that I cut up. It was just from packing, a packing box. And then I'm going to put 3 gorgeous peonies. And I think I got this little bouquet of different flowers at Hobby Lobby on sale. And it also had these really pretty purple flowers with the little green buds. And I'm going to put those in the 4 corners. And then I'm going to use my eucalyptus as filler and a couple other leaves I just had in my stash. So I've learned that you want a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. So the peonies were my thriller. The purple flowers with the long branches were my spiller, and the eucalyptus was my filler, and it just turned out gorgeous. I gotta tell you, this is my favorite flower arrangement that I've ever done, and I absolutely love it. The colors are so vibrant. This was so easy to make. I mean, I thought I was gonna have to put moss in there to cover the white styrofoam. With all the filler, I didn't have to. So let me know what you think about this one. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. This Dollar Tree hack, I've got this cute little trivet. It's like a little tile with some, I don't know what mosaic kind of seashell looking things, and it's framed with a wooden frame. So it's like a trivet or a stand or a coaster. And I couldn't get the coaster out, so I just taped around it, and I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white paint, very carefully paint around all of the frame, front and back, and over the back of the tile because it showed the price tag, which was $2. And it looks so nice and clean and fresh now. And then I've got these little rub-on transfers of seashells and sea-like things from the Dollar Tree. And I picked 2 that were really cute. So I'm gonna take my little scraper and rub this one on. And I had it going over the corners. So then you just gotta be careful, fold it, rub on both sides, and then you can remove it. And that was super easy. It went right on. And I didn't have any problems with this one. Just, you know, I think I saw one little dot that didn't make it, so I scraped it a little bit. And there it is. And then I'm going to put one in the opposing corner, and it's super cute as well. And I just love them. They were the right color for those little tiles, and it just worked out perfectly. And I think this will look really cute in my bedroom, which is a coastal theme. If you've been watching me for a while, you've heard that before. And lately I've been kind of updating and making some new things for my room. So this will be really cute in there. I'm going to hot glue some jute around that tile, and I was sent this glue gun from a company called Hodo. It's really interesting. This video is not sponsored, but I wanted to show it to you. You plug it into your computer with the USB, and it's got a little stand. It's just for small glue sticks, and there's the little charger cord, and it's really safe. The only thing is it doesn't get as hot as my other glue gun, and so if I don't work really fast, I couldn't get it to stick. So for something quick like this project, it was actually perfect. So I'm going to use it. I'm just going to attach the twine, but I just thought you guys might want to see it because it's a new style. I've never seen one, and I'm going to have a discount code. It'll be in my description box if you're interested in something like this. Anyway, I'm going to get all the way around the 4 sides, and that's it for this project. I love it. It was easy, and I hope you like it. Are you on social media? I am. I have an Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok, and I'd love for you to come join me. I've got all the links down in my description box. Please check it out. For this Dollar Tree hack, I found this cute, I think it's a candle holder at the Goodwill. Could be a trivet, not sure, or a little, to put your rings in or something. And I've got this cute little rub-on medallion from the Dollar Tree, and then my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint, and some polyacrylic clear spray. And the reason I'm spraying it on there first on both sides is so that the paint will stick. I want to make sure it had something to stick to. So I'm just going to dry it off before I paint it. and then I'll do the back side as well. Just a light coat, just so there's something between the paint and the metal. And now I'm just going to go ahead and paint it. It is going to take 2 coats on both sides before I'm all done, but I'll just show you a little bit of the painting since we all know what painting looks like. It looks so different. It almost looks like it's enamel now instead of like this kind of silver metal thing. But it's super pretty. It already had those beads on this going around the outside. And then I'm only going to paint up to the flat bottom part because I figured why bother? It's just going to be sitting on those 3 little cushions. And I think that looked good. That way you can see that it was originally metal. And I took my little scraper tool spatula from Cricut actually, and I just took off the paint right around the edge because it was really hard to not get it on there, and it came right off. Super, super easy. Now I forget to show up, but at the very end off camera I do spray the whole thing with that clear finish again, so just want to make sure you know that. Now I'm going to take the backing off of this rub-on transfer. I'm going to put it right in the middle. Now this took quite a long time to rub on because look at all the detail. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of my putting it on because you know what that looks like and you get it. Just remember this when you've got to go over every single little piece to make sure it all transfers over. So I had to keep checking it here and there, and this one was hard to lift up because it was laying kind of flat inside that little bowl shape. I did finally get it out and it went on pretty good. There was a couple little spots, but I really didn't care. I just thought it looked beautiful. This one was super easy. I love it and it's so pretty, and I hope you get to try this when you find something like this at a thrift store. They always have candle holders.
And now for one last look at all 5 of these Dollar Tree Goodwill mashups using the rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love this. I love taking Dollar Tree things and bringing new life to something from a thrift store. What a great idea. Anyway, this was a fun collaboration. Be sure to go down to my description box, get that playlist, and also the links to our host Liana DIY and our special guest Donna from Creative by Nature DIY and Design, and I'll have both their links in my description box so you can check them out. You will love everybody's videos, and I'm so glad you were here to join me today. And don't forget to hit that like button because that really, really does help. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate you all, and I hope you'll come back and see my next video. And remember, I want you to know that you are truly a blessing to me.
If you like this video, I've got a couple other videos up here that I think you'll really like. Click on one of those next, and I'll see you there.